into the more risky side of cryptocurrencies, if there is such a thing. Because we've had these sector rotations. We've had rotations of capital into our major cryptos, which I call the ones on Coinbase the majors because they're the ones that you can settle for cash very easily. So Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So we've had a lot of, you know, it's no lie. Anybody who's been trading like this week, we've had very little participation beyond selling um, in the entire crypto sphere. We've just had a lot of flat movement or selling, not a lot of big moves going on. But today we seem to have gotten, and I'm just going to say it, it's probably because of the time cycle. That time pivot is a consistent time reversal on everything. This date in general is a big mover of things. I mean, you can see it happen in like the euro dollar pair. We had today, we're on the 11th, we had the culmination and then the continuation of the move here, although this is really bearish. There's a new moon phase coming up. These things might fall down a lot, but that's not cryptocurrencies. All right. Back to looking at the Bitcoin. So it's nice to have this money flying back into, or this Bitcoin flying back into these Bitcoin pairs. And then as people are going to cycle out of the altcoins, it's going to go back into Bitcoin and drive it up. That is the ideal scenario. But it's just nice to have some more participation in this market right now. Seems like South Korea has kind of settled people down a bit and are less anxious about it. Ethereum, talked about this trade, talked about this arc, all those price target areas that were hit really early is not only cool that they hit really early, but it means that we'll probably get to have another opportunity to hit them if you didn't get a chance to get in on them, on the run before. So this resistance arc is still acting as resistance, and it's not really going where it's getting resisted at its 1-2 angle. I talked about the day before on Wednesday, because I think it's talk Thursday, that this was a very bearish area, and that if there is a breakdown, it should be a pretty fast and swift move down, which we did get. But then we got support at the arc, and yeah, we're still trying to move up, but we could probably adjust this line now. Again, we could I can really see this moving up again now, and moving higher, and we will get to the. I think I have one up there, don't I? Yeah, 2,500 target by the 14th to the 16th. Since we hit these ones, if it wants to go higher, then we should get to 2,500 before the 14th and 16th of February. I know that seems a little weird, but that is just how these things plan out. So yes, a move out of here. There is a lot of positives going for this this currency, Ethereum. We have this inverse head and shoulders going on in here, and it is very, very possible that we just shoot above and move up. Didn't get as much as a pullback as I wanted. I would have liked to have it return back to the 45 a little bit here before shooting up again, and that may still happen. We'll see. But for now, it's still wanting to rocket ship. And then Litecoin, beautiful, beautiful Litecoin. I talked about chicken bones and voodoo dolls and how it sounds when I talk about this price trading in this arc. Yeah, this is like a time stasis zone. It's like price is not where we're seeing it. It's our eyes are lying to us. Price is actually where it was when it entered into this entire arc, and so that is up where this horizontal line is. This is actually where price is at. This is like a buffer. I don't remember if I talked about this on Wednesday or Tuesday or whenever I did talk about it, but if if price continues in the same slope as the arc that it's inside, even if it does pop out a little bit to the bottom or the top, and it's not actively trying to move higher or lower in any spikes, then it is frozen in time, and it has to wait to get out of it. So that means when it does finally exit, either this slow move down, and then eventually we get out of it in what's the date? Very earliest or very latest, it would be the 27th of January. That would be the beginning. Like a couple days later is a full moon where prices go up if they're at market bottoms. But otherwise, when things exit these arcs, they will almost always return to where they're at. It's like if you're watching. My wife and I watch This Is Us, and it's kind of frustrating sometimes because Hulu app sometimes it doesn't buffer correctly. Like the sound is moving normal, but then the image is like fast forwarding all over the place. That's essentially what we have going on right now with price. Is that it's stuck in time, and not until it catches up with where we are at will it return to where its value is at. And that's why when you see me talk about these arcs, that price has to move out of them fast. It has to be rejected fast or move out of it fast to the top side, because price does not like to hang out in this area. The longer it sits in here and buffers, the more violent the move it is out of it. It's like consolidation on crack. All right, thing to look out for there. Excuse me. But if we're looking at all these altcoins, they're getting a lot more volume, a lot more bigger price increases. But I bet you dollars to donuts that when we start seeing these increases drop off, that's not really indicative of the entire sector getting weak. We should see a lot of that capital flying back into our major pairs. Well, Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly, but probably mostly Bitcoin. Another kind of like fundamental thing I remember Andrew talking about was that the Wall Street folks are all getting their bonus checks by the 15th, and apparently the rumor is that they want to dump it into cryptocurrencies. So I don't know if it's just coincidence that the market's been kind of stuck here until everybody else gets their money to throw it in at these cheaper prices, or maybe it wants to be driven down cheaper by Monday. Who knows? But yeah, there's a lot of positive events here that make the probabilities of increased prices in our majors very, very, very high, especially in Ethereum and Litecoin. I have a feeling Litecoin, when it finally decides to get off, you think they'll put it in the majors? Don, I bet. I mean, I bet they'll be. And that's the thing like about Bitcoin is only really good at being Bitcoin. It's the main currency used to trade all the other alts. All right. If cryptocurrencies were like forex, that would be great. Like I have the I like to trade the Australian dollar yen pair. To do if I had to do in forex what I have to do in cryptocurrencies, I would have to take my dollars. I'd have to exchange them with my forex broker to get Aussie dollars so that I could trade the AU JPY pair. But I don't have to because that conversion happens automatically. There is no of me converting the quote pair with my currencies. I can just trade it. It would be nice if we could do that in cryptocurrency, so I wouldn't have to take my dollars to purchase some Bitcoin, so I can use that as the method of transacting all these other altcoins. It's an extremely is anybody absolutely new to trading? Is this the first thing you guys have ever traded? I'm going to say that's kind of rare, but I mean, it wouldn't be rare either. All right, but if anybody here is brand new to trading in general, yeah, okay, then mostly everybody has traded before. Then, yeah, so that if you're a short time frame trader where you like trading on the okay, stocks first, yeah, that's kind of what does everybody like to trade? If you can go ahead and put it in there. I just like to see what people, what kind of, you can tell a lot about the kind of trader from the instruments they trade. Oh man, I trade futures as well, and I mad respect for anybody who trades futures. It is a violent and options. Yep, yep, that's cool. Yeah, as I mean, I generally only trade the pit open of futures these days, and really only on certain days. Um, Anybody use Jigsaw tools for their futures trading? Ever heard of Jigsaw? I use that. I don't use my charts anymore. Really? Oh, Virgil. Cool. Yeah, I use Jigsaw for my futures trading. Um, anyways, where are we at here? Over the weekend is, I mentioned this on Wednesday, over the weekend is when we see a lot of movement in cryptocurrencies.